moving on, we'll finish up with another student loan update. Taylor, you said there's some key things you wanted to hit on this.
Yeah, I feel like every time I come on
as our resident student loan expert.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. Really, more than anything, I think there's one big action item that I'd recommend for everyone out there that's on income-driven repayment plans with your student loans. And that one action item is just make sure your contact information is up to date with your servicer. Right? If you haven't done that, if you haven't gone on, logged into your servicer, and you haven't updated your contact info, please, please, please do. Because there is a lot happening and things are changing constantly. So 2 examples from actual clients who have received letters from their servicers, from the IRS. There's something happening right now called the IDR account adjustment. It was previously known as the IDR waiver. So for years and years, and I brought this up on previous podcasts, but up until May of 2021, only 32 individuals had ever achieved forgiveness on income-driven repayment plans. Out of the millions and millions of people on these plans, only 32 people had ever achieved it.
Which is wild. Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane, right?
Yeah.
That's really one of the...
I think they're in a Facebook group, actually. Those 32.
I don't know how they found them. I don't know how they were like, yeah, it's 30.
Yeah.
But Biden had, when he came out with his student loan, platform, there were 3 different initiatives that he wanted to accomplish. One was immediate forgiveness. And that's what that $10,000 proposed loan forgiveness was going to be. That was the SAVE plan. Number 2 was to fix the payments on previous income-driven repayment plans. And then number 3 was to make education cheaper. Now, I don't know what he's going to do with number 3. I don't know how he plans on accomplishing that. I'm like, good luck. But he has delivered somewhat on 1 and 2, right? SAVE plan has been saving people thousands of dollars a month in interest subsidies. And
probably more than just the straight up forgiveness.
Way more. But number 2 is they have been doing a concerted effort since the beginning of this year, and they're going to go through September of this year. And they have a full team that's going through past payments for people that have been on income-driven repayment plans. And for whatever reason, over the last 25 plus years, you've had to jump through hoops to get this forgiveness or to get credit for your plans. And so they've been going through and they've been granting this and they've been granting this. And as of May 15th of this year, they 996,000 longtime borrowers achieved $49 billion of loan forgiveness.
Whoa. Okay.
There's been a huge thing. There's been we've gone from 32 to
a million.
A lot more than 32.
Yeah.
Right? And there's actual people going through your accounts and granting forgiveness based on past years of credit. Now, the problem with this is they're sending out information and they're sending out notices and letters saying, hey, we're doing this. Do you want to opt in? So my client, thankfully enough, sent me this letter and forwarded it to me and said, hey, I got this final notice of some IDR account adjustment. Is this real? Is this fraud? And I was like, yes, it is real. Please opt in. Right. So you're getting so much communication right now that you may not be paying attention to it. But there's some really, really important things that are literally saving people millions of dollars and in aggregate billions of dollars across the country. So
got it.
Make sure that your information is up to date because there's active things happening within your student loan income-driven repayment plans.
Got it. So you're saying, Taylor, which makes sense. You're saying that there's people that are closer to forgiveness than maybe they even know. And they're making these adjustments based on past years that because it's been such a mess over the years that they're like going back and making sure they're getting proper credit, which is actually getting them to a place of forgiveness where they're going from 32 to a million people. So this is actually legitimately working.
Yes.
Like significantly.
As of May of this year, $49.2 billion were forgiven.
Wow. That's wild.
So
that's crazy.
This is where I would say if you're not paying attention to it, just try to a little bit more. Like there's communication that's happening specifically this year that's really, really important. The other thing that has happened is I had a client send me forward me a letter and said, is this legit? And they were scheduled to have their recertification month this October. And for whatever reason, their servicer's behind, and they gave them a notice that they're actually pushing that date back until October of 2025.
Yeah, but I'm seeing this a bunch too.
So it's happening a lot right now. So if you know your recertification month or not, there's a lot of these that are actually being pushed off even further into 2025. And so just another reason why you need to make sure your contact information is up to date, because there's things happening with your student loans. And if you have old data or old information out there, you're probably missing out on it.
Yeah. I think the key here I'm hearing from you too is like pay attention. There's a lot of communication, like you said, coming at you. I've seen the same thing, clients sending me stuff saying recertification is being pushed off, which has helped them immensely, because I have a bunch of clients who have the last certification date they have was from like COVID or during those times when their income looked way, way worse. And so they're on save and their payments significant, like it's so low, and they're saving thousands of dollars a month.
This particular client is an endodontist, and they have $900,000 in student loans.
Ooh, okay,
So
okay.
their interest owed would be $5,000 a month on the standard repayment plan.
So every month they're saving 5Gs.
Yes, because of because of COVID, they're still at a zero payment, and their payment has been kicked off till October of 2025. So they're getting $5,000 a month in interest subsidy that's extended.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
good
it's
for them.
A little bit more than that one-time $10,000 loan, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I was going to say, somehow everyone freaked out about the $10,000, and then they went with Save Plan, and now it's like, okay, well, we're going to just save, I don't know, people 10x more than that. So, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so pay attention to the communication coming. Forward stuff to your advisor. Always ask. Don't just assume that it's fraud or that it's not real. Maybe assume that it is real. Ask more questions, and like you said, Taylor, have your contact information up to date as much as possible.
I love that. Forward it to your advisor. Like, talk to someone. I mean, I don't know if you should assume that everything is real. That's some scary advice, right?
No, sorry, I'm not saying assume everything's real. Ask the question before you just assume it's not real.
Yeah,
I should say, not assume it's real. Like, take action on it. But they're asking the question, like, is this real? Like, I think at least ask that, as opposed to like, yeah, definitely don't assume everything is real. That is definitely not it. Thank you for that correction. Okay, anything else, Taylor or Rabih? Any other final words?
I don't have student loans, but I kind of wish I do, just because I know Taylor.
I
He
know.
knows so much. It's fascinating.
I know. It's pretty cool. We've got Taylor and Jake, our resident student loan experts in-house, to the point where literally most of the questions that come in, I'm just like, I'm going to go to Taylor and Jake because they've studied this so well. So if you have questions, I guess that's a great segue, Rabih. If you've got questions on this, student loans, let us know, or really anything in your life, and you want to talk to us, we would love to talk to you. We'd love to hear your story. We talk to hundreds of dentists every single year. Again, it could be anything from just get some questions answered. We'll send you on your way, point you in the right direction, or, understand how you can work with us. We love talking to dentists. So if you have any interest in that, we would love to talk to you. You can go to dentistadvisors.com, click on the yellow book free consultation button, and we'd love to talk to you. Again, this will be our final show before the summit next week. We're looking forward to it, guys, in Park City. We will see you there live on stage. That is our 2 cents. Everyone, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.